Hello everyone, it's Heidi, and today I have Nacho with me. We'll see if she wants to stick around for the whole video. So today we're going to talk about how many cats are too many. Now this is specific for how many cats are too many in your house, because outside is a different situation for, feral cat colonies or barn cats. So I'm going to go over 8 guidelines that you can consider to help you get to your number of how many cats is too many. I was accused of having too many cats in the past when I don't feel I had too many. So that's one reason why I wanted to make this video. So the first thing you should consider is cat hoarding. If it's a cat hoarding situation, that's definitely too many. If you're a cat hoarder, you're probably not watching this video. But if you are, please get help. Or if you're checking up on someone who is a cat hoarder, please get local help. Obviously, the cats are not living in the best of conditions, and they're probably not getting the care they need. So for cat hoarding, yes, cat hoarding is too many cats. No matter how many, if it's 5 cats or 50 cats, it's too many. Next thing is local laws and renting rules. So some cities will have an ordinance where they might say you can only have 4 cats in your house, or your landlord might say you can only have 2. So you should definitely follow any local rules or what your landlord or apartment complex says. I've seen way too many stories on Facebook and cat groups where people are so sad because they have to rehome their cat because the landlord found out, and they have to rehome the cat or move out, and they can't move for whatever reason. So they're desperate and needing to find a home for that the cat or cats because they didn't follow the rules. So number 3, we're going to talk about is space considerations. Now you have to make sure you have enough room for your cats. So obviously, a bigger house will allow for more cats. And if you're in a smaller space, like, are you able to do catification projects, like window seats, cat towers, cat shelves, anything to give your cats some more space and places they can roam and hang out? If you're in a small space and you're not able to do those things, you might just want to stick with 1 cat or 2, just to be, fair to the cats. And number 4 is cat interactions. You're going to want to take into consideration how your cats feel about other cats. Now, if they don't like each other, you probably should not add any more cats. If you have a very cat-aggressive cat, meaning that absolutely hates any other cat, don't get another cat. In your situation, 2 cats would be too many. So we learned that our senior cat, she is done having more cats added to our house when we tried at cat number 10. The senior cat and a few of the other older cats were like, no, we don't want another cat. And we were not willing to do a super long introduction. So that cat was rehomed to one of my coworkers. That was a cat we had taken in from someone else. And it just wasn't going to work out. The 5th thing to consider is your budget. Now, if you can't afford to take your cat to the vet under normal circumstances, if you're always going to need help, you should not have more cats than you can afford. So your cats will need vet care, and I always recommend they get their annual vet visit, because I've had cats with dental problems and they were uncomfortable. They were uncomfortable from the dental problems. So if I didn't take them to the vet, I would not have known that they were having an issue. Like, Buster had 5 rotten teeth at the same time. And his behavior changed once those teeth were out. If you're always going to have to ask someone else to pay for your cat, whatever that number is, maybe you can afford 1, then that's your limit. If you can afford 3 but not 4, then 3's your limit. If you can afford 10 and you have space for them, that's great. So the next thing to consider is your lifestyle and your family. How's your family okay with the number of cats you want to have? If someone in your household really doesn't like cats, maybe keep the number smaller or don't have any cats at all. And more cats means more work. So taking care of 2 cats is a lot less work than taking care of 8 cats. It's a lot more litter box scooping the more cats you have. And then if you're traveling a lot, maybe you should have less cats or no cats. If your cat's going to think you're the pet sitter when you come home, maybe, that was too many cats for you. Ooh, Nacho. You can see your belly. Look at that. So make sure you just take in consideration the other people that live with you. If you're going to have to do all the work, someone says they might say, oh yeah, we'll help with the litter boxes. But, maybe you're going to get stuck doing all the work and you have to be okay with that. The next thing is knowing your limit. So as I got more cats, more people started asking me to take in their cat. It's kind of interesting how that works. So you're going to have to be able to say no. Like, I think the average number of cats is like 2 point something in America. Once you start getting, the 3 or 4, people will say, oh, can't you just take in one more? Blah, blah, blah. They have a reason. They just think, oh, okay, you have all these cats, you can just, squeeze in one more. But for the reasons we just discussed, sometimes that just doesn't work out, and it's not best for you or the cats. Especially if your budget's an issue. You can't just keep taking in more because then you have more cost. But it can be hard to say no. Yep, it sure can be. And the last thing is, does your house stink? Now, you might have too many cats if someone walks into your house and there's an overwhelming cat smell, because usually cats are pretty clean animals, and if you keep up with your household cleaning, there shouldn't be a stink. Now, there are exceptions. Like, I know my basement's a little stinky from a past problem. Okay, back to the stinky house. If your house is stinky, you might not know your house is stinky. You might have to ask someone, have a visitor come over and say, does my house stink? And when people come to my house, they say my upstairs does not stink. I know the basement is a little rough because of a problem we had years ago, and haven't been able to find the exact spot, and it's probably underneath the carpet. This whole logistical mess to try to figure out how to get the carpet replaced. We have this many cats. Anyway, it's one thing to know your house stinks a little and try to do something about it. And then to just be living in a stinky house and not know it. Because that means maybe you're not keeping up with the cleaning. Okay, now that's my 8. Those are my 8 considerations to help you determine how many cats you should have. I know that's not very specific. It's really going to vary depending on your situation. So just take things into consideration. If you can afford the cats and take care of them, like, the number's up to you. Now, any large number, you start getting over 10 or more, and it's just you taking care of them, I mean, that's going to be a lot, and you just have to ask yourself, is it too many? Are all the cats going to the vet once a year? Can you pay for all their care? And one more thing about the family. If you have a bunch of rowdy kids, that's fine. But some cats are not going to like a rowdy environment. So then that's another thing to keep in mind. So what should you do if you've watched this and think you have too many cats? Now, if you've been cat hoarding, you're going to need to get local help, get some rescues involved, get someone locally that can help you with that. My hair look better now. And if you're not a hoarder, which I'm assuming that you're not, but you feel like you have too many, you'll have to make some difficult decisions. Either you can choose which ones to rehome, or if you think you'll be okay, as long as you don't add any more, just don't add any more. If it's a money issue, maybe you can work on ways of increasing your income, so the cats don't feel like a burden, and you can keep them all. And those are pretty much your choices, like rehome or do what you can to make it work out. If you're in an apartment, and you have too many, maybe you can move someplace else where you can stay within the limit. And those are my suggestions. Thank you for watching this video. Nacho and I appreciate it. Please subscribe and leave a comment. Thank you.